No, good guy. My hair is a bit mess. I would be wearing an Avengers Endgame shirt that my dad got me for my birthday 4 years ago. But I don't know where the heck that shirt is, and that's kind of concerning me. So this is the closest thing I could find to celebrate Avengers Endgame of it being released in theaters 4 years ago. This hat is 4 years old. Oh, thank God I still have this hat, and damn, look at it looks so dirty and old. I mean, yeah, it is an old hat that I've kept for 4 years now. But wanna know something? We're in 2023, and the movie takes place in 2023. Well, apparently in October of 2023, but still, though, it still kind of freaks me out that we're now in the year where where Endgame takes place in. Like, I mean, I was planning on making this review. I was actually planning on reviewing all four Avengers movies in prep for the Kang Dynasty that will be coming out in theaters next year. Almost in a year away. Oh my God, what? Not a year away. Crap, I messed that up. We're actually a year away from Captain America: The New World Order. God, I'm already messing up this review. But yeah, I was planning on reviewing the Avengers movies in prep for a Kang Dynasty, but since we're in 2023, I figured, you know what? Screw it. I might as well just review Infinity War and Endgame, and possibly the first two Avengers around May. If I don't review the first two Avengers, I'll probably review them next year. As for the Iron Man movies, yeah, I may review them next month, as I did a poll. So we shall see how it'll go. So with that being said, hello everyone, welcome back to another movie review, and yeah, today marks the 4-year anniversary of Avengers Endgame being released into theaters. And man, I would do anything to re-experience Infinity War and Endgame. Yes, even Infinity War, which emotionally destroyed me in the theater, but we'll be talking about that tomorrow. Along with me talking about my top 3 most traumatizing experiences in the theater, which will be on Friday, and it's all superhero related, actually. It's gonna be fun to talk about. And I just realized I'm still chewing gum. Oh, this is just a bunch of garbage that I put in here, since I don't have a garbage can. So yeah, I pretty much watch Avengers Endgame every single year on April 26, 2000 and whatever year that we're in. Just basically, yeah, every April 26th, I'm going to be watching Avengers Endgame. Just like how I'm going to be watching Morbius every April Fools. Oh, not gonna lie, this hat is starting to itch my hair. Like, how does Kevin Feige wear this hat everywhere he goes? Wait a sec. Does he even have hair? And this is how he can handle wearing a hat because he's bald? Okay, I'm getting off topic, but I should just talk about my thoughts on the movie instead of just me talking about what moment made me go, oh my God, this moment shocked me and all. Because I seem to be doing that every single movie I review that I have seen already. And just, I don't know, I ended up making the video just too long or something. But, I just finished watching the movie just now, actually. And I would like to upload this today as soon as possible. So I might as well just try to talk about my thoughts on the movie, but also my experience. And yeah, basically just talk about what moment made me go, oh my God. But first off, let's just talk about my experience with the movie. And yeah, the experience I'm just never going to forget the experience I've had with Endgame. From basically being traumatized from Infinity War to getting breadcrumbs of Avengers Endgame, well, Avengers 4 title reveal, and then finally seeing the movie 1 year later. This just had hit me as I just started watching. Like, as soon as I was watching Avengers Endgame, it just hit me, and I'm like, oh my God, it's all coming back to me. Oh man, I seriously I really wanted to re-experience this again. Like, when was the last time Avengers Endgame was re-released in the theaters? Has it not been re-released in the theaters? I don't know, I'd have to double check, but I just want to re-experience this in the theater again. I've only seen Endgame twice in theaters, but I don't think I've seen it in IMAX. And actually, I watched Avengers Endgame in the IMAX format on Disney Plus, and I'm just like, oh my God, this entire damn movie is shot in IMAX. And it's a damn shame to know that I did not see it. Actually, I could have seen it in IMAX. I don't know. Actually, in fact, I think I remember seeing Avengers Endgame at the theater that, like, if you've seen my movie vlogs, you've seen me go to, Regal Martin Village, wherever it is. That's the theater I go to, where it's got IMAX, Screen X, which are the only two things that I know besides standard. But I swear to God, I don't know. I'm not too sure, but I feel like that's the theater I went to see Avengers Endgame. Because I remember, I definitely had an Avengers Endgame hoodie where they had those quantum suits, and also an Infinity Gauntlet, and my homemade one, and possibly the Nano Gauntlet? I don't know. And I would have the Nano Gauntlet, but my brother has that at Florida. The only gauntlet I got are... Wait, hold up a sec. The only gauntlets that I have are... Oh, God, this is going to be a bad idea. Oh, Jesus. I'm already scared. I'm already scared. These are the only gauntlets I got. But I'm gonna be using these for my Infinity War review because they're in Infinity War. Still, I should probably put this back. I like, as soon as I got this back from Florida, this thing was broken and I had to put everything back together piece by piece, which surprisingly was a bit easy. But still, though, okay, I'm gonna put you back now. All right, back to the review. I have to ask my Nana about it because I know for a fact that that's the same theater I went to see Avengers Endgame. But is it the same theater I went to see Infinity War? I don't know. I don't think so. But for this theater, it has to be it. Like, because we kind of live close by to Nana and Grandpa. Where we last lived in our last house, we were like a bit far away, but now that we moved here, we're kind of a bit closer to Nana and Grandpa. But still, though, I just had realized this earlier today. I'm like, oh my God, is that? I'm now just remembering something. Is that the same theater I went to see Avengers Endgame 4 years ago? I gotta ask Nana about this. Now, did I have that theater experience where the crowd went nuts? Possibly? I don't know. I definitely remember wanting to cheer and clap. Woo, let's go! Around the portal scene, but my grandpa was telling me, dude, knock it off. But hey, maybe my audience went wild. I don't know. The only thing I remember that would go with the theater going nuts would be when everyone just laughed when Thanos snapped his fingers. Like, no joke. As soon as he said, I am inevitable, and he snaps, everyone just laughed in the theater. Well, I guess I'll never know if I did have a theater experience because my brain is too dumb to try to remember everything. But back to me experiencing Endgame. We just talked about how I got to see the movie in theaters, which I would have wanted to see this on the 25th. But, of course, we saw this on the 26th. And we'll talk about how a bunch of my classmates had joked around spoiling Endgame for me, whether they were joking about it or that they ended up actually spoiling it for me. But I'm never going to forget the experience where I just be getting hyped up for what is the damn title for Avengers 4. And we should have known it would have been Endgame, since Doctor Strange kind of gave us the title for Avengers Endgame. We're in the Endgame now. And it's been driving me insane just having to see fake trailers where I'm just like, where's the damn trailer? We did just get the Captain Marvel trailer. Let's just hope we get the damn trailer like sometime this Friday or something. Like, there would be fake trailers, and I noticed some footage like, no, wait, that clip is from Ant-Man and the Wasp, and that one's from Doctor Strange. This trailer's fake! But as soon as they finally released the official trailer, oh my God, that is one of, like, the Avengers teaser. Like, actually, this is something I had just realized either this year or last year, and that would be when Marvel had released the trailer. They only just titled it Marvel Studios Avengers official trailer, and I'm like, why didn't they not put the title on there? And I thought they made a mistake on there, but then I realized, oh, wait a sec, they did that on purpose to not give away the title! Well, I didn't watch the trailer from the official Marvel account. I watched it on movie clip trailers, which gave away the title of Avengers Endgame. We all were theorizing what the hell would be the title be. Everyone was also speculating that it was titled Avengers Annihilation. But that wasn't the case, as we got, like, a photo of one of the directors just chilling, and technically we were all speculating on, like, wait a sec, is he giving us the title reveal? And everyone just figured, like, everyone were just thinking, I think it says Endgame. Is it Endgame? It could be Endgame. I was hesitant about it, but as soon as revealed to be Endgame, I was like, oh, wow, it is Avengers Endgame. But that teaser trailer has to be one of my favorite teaser trailers of all time. I'd watch that on a freaking loop. And the music that I would sometimes use on my hype trailers for MCU Disney Plus shows. Like, that music is just freaking badass. Oh, man, I seriously want to experience it all over again. Like, man, this was truly an experience. I could talk about every single detail that has happened from me experiencing Avengers Endgame from, like I said, being traumatized with Infinity War, then in the teaser trailer, title reveal mainly, and then seeing it. Like, I could just talk about how we've been getting leaks, speculation, whatever the flip, but, let's just talk about how I, Sally, was spoiled for this movie. I should definitely make a video of what were the MCU movies I got spoiled on, and of course, No Way Home would be one of them, as my little brother accidentally spoiled it to me. But no, yeah, after getting spoiled for Infinity War, I had to be sure to stay off the internet. Basically, this whole rivalry between me and spoilers all started with Infinity War, but we're going to be talking about that tomorrow. I'm going to assume that some of my classmates probably knew what was going to happen and just thought it'd be funny just to spoil the damn movie for me, just to be a bunch of a-holes, which could be the case. I mean, there's probably some that were joking about, but then once they saw the movie, they're like, oh my god, that actually happened. I was joking about that. I didn't think Iron Man was gonna die. Or there's some kids that were basically joking about the movie, just talking about fake spoilers. But still, I don't know. Just basically, I would just keep hearing spoilers from my classmates, whether they're bullshit me or actually being serious about it and just being a complete a-holes and wanted to get a reaction out of me, just being pissed off about getting spoiled for a Marvel movie. But yeah, unfortunately, Avengers Endgame would be one of those MCU movies I did get spoiled on. I mean, I expected everyone would be coming back, obviously, and I kept saying this, which now, like 4 years later, I'm like, man, what the heck were you? I know you were a kid, but I feel like this is just a bit weird for you to just say it like this. I mean, we all assumed they were probably gonna come back either way. And what was it that I kept saying back then? I kept saying this. Okay, so now that it's confirmed that Spider-Man Far From Home is going to be coming out after Endgame, this just spoils Avengers Endgame that, oh, everyone's coming back. Basically, I kept saying that Far From Home basically spoiled Endgame because it confirmed that Spider-Man would be coming back. I mean, I was a kid back then. I was still dumb around 2019. And honestly, we were going to assume that everyone would be coming back. Like, no shit, of course they would be coming back. It's part 2 to Avengers Infinity War. And actually, this was going to be titled, I guess, part 2 of Infinity War, but then they just changed their mind and just titled it Endgame. Kind of a similar situation with Across the Spider-Verse, as that was originally titled Across the Spider-Verse Part 1, but then they changed the title to Beyond the Spider-Verse with Part 2. Something tells me that I'm going to experience Infinity War and Endgame all over again with Across the Spider-Verse and Beyond the Spider-Verse. But as for the movie, general thoughts? Yeah, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You obviously know that I freaking love Avengers Endgame. We all love Avengers Endgame, and this just also hit me. Just watching Endgame just made me come to the realization that, oh my god, Marvel's having it really rough. They basically have not made not much good content besides Wakanda Forever and Shang-Chi and especially Spider-Man No Way Home. They've just been having it rough trying to make some good content, and I was going to make a video talking about my thoughts on how Marvel's just been kind of not been doing great, and there's actually a reason for why we've been getting so much content. But that's a video for another day that I should definitely make sometime around May. But yeah, everything's just not been the same since Endgame. And everyone's just been saying that they should have rebooted after Endgame. They should have just ended it with Endgame and all that. Yeah, I don't think that was ever going to happen. Not in a million years. Especially since this dethroned Avatar at the box. I was like, holy shit. I'm shocked that this movie actually became the box office king until of 2021. Like, I was just feeling a bit annoyed that Avatar took back its box office crown back in 2021, as I guess they released the movie sometime around 2021, and then boom, Avatar took back its crown, and yeah, Avengers Endgame was just in second place. I was a little annoyed about that. I didn't know. Damn it. Fine, you win this time, but eventually you're gonna get dethroned. You've got dethroned once, you'll get dethroned again. And that was before I became a full-on Avatar. I basically thought Avatar was overrated, but since I watched, since I saw it last year in IMAX 3D, I've had a change of opinion about it. And then thanks to Avatar: The Way of Water, I'm now a huge fan of Avatar. And yeah, I do think Avatar is probably going to get dethroned because, want to know what I think is going to be taking the #1 spot? Either Avengers: The Kang Dynasty or Secret Wars, or Avatar 5, as this is what I'm thinking. I'm going to get off topic here a little bit. I'm going to assume that the top 5 box office openings is going to be just the 5 Avatar sequels. And #1 is just going to be Avatar 5, which would be the Quest for Awa. Yeah, I was trying to remember the title. But yeah, besides it earning a buttload of money, we were going to get more MCU content after this. Just, they basically cranked out too much where we just felt underwhelmed with it. Especially them just focusing over quantity over quality and all that. Just, yeah, right now the MCU is a bit of a hot mess, but hopefully it's heading back up top just to be good again, as they're trying to take their time with everything and not crank out so much content in the span of an entire year. Like, we've had 18 projects in the past 2 years. But we're going to be just getting 3 movies and I think 3 shows, possibly a special for 2023. But yeah, hopefully Marvel is just learning the lesson and just trying to focus over quality over quantity and all that. But besides that, besides them earning a buttload of money, of course we're going to get more sequels. And if they ever reboot the MCU, I would not handle that. I'm not prepared for that. Sure, they're going to reboot the DC universe with the Flash, but no way in hell am I going to be, like, I cannot handle that. I do not want the MCU rebooted. Like, I'm too attached to it. I just cannot handle that. For all I know, the MCU could actually get rebooted with Secret Wars, as apparently in the comics, Secret Wars almost resetted everything. But I don't know. I'd have to do some research. I gotta do some research. I gotta get more comics, as I did get these for my birthday. As there's a bunch of comic books where, oh my god, I could actually learn everything from the comics. Since I'm only a Marvel fan by the movies, I don't know what the hell happens in the comics. I did try getting the Infinity War and Infinity Gauntlet comic books, but those were the only 2 comic books I could get. Okay, I've gone off topic still. So yeah, Avengers Endgame was the culmination of the Infinity Saga of everything. It was basically the series finale, as phase 1 to 3 were basically season 1 of 3 of the Infinity Saga. And sure, we did get Far From Home after Endgame, but that was like the analog or the epilogue of the Infinity Saga. And where the hell do I begin with this movie? Like, this movie is already a masterpiece. There is just so much character development, character growth. Like, just this movie is just straight up perfection. So much fan service, and I honestly figured that Endgame would be on the -- 1 ranking, but I was shocked that Infinity War is on that top spot. But I'll be talking about my thoughts on that again for tomorrow, as tomorrow shall be 5 years. Tomorrow shall mark the 5-year anniversary of Infinity War. But yeah, this movie is just so damn good. I don't even know where to begin. And like I said earlier, I could talk about, oh my god, and all that. But I might as well say this. I'm a little pissed off that I did not cry for 2 specific character death scenes. And you obviously know who I'm talking about. Black Widow and Iron Man. Infinity War made me cry over Gamora's death, but also the freaking ending. Yet Endgame? Why did I not cry watching Avengers Endgame? I should have cried watching Avengers Endgame. Did I just suddenly become like a tough boy or something? I don't freaking know. Now, I'm not saying that Avengers Endgame failed to make me cry. I failed to make myself cry. I don't know. I'm just questioning myself why the hell I did not cry over Black Widow and Iron Man's death. Those should have made me tear the F up. And I asked my mom about this, and want to know what she said about it? She said that you were just shocked about it. You just could not believe it. She may have a fair point about it. But I'm upset that I did not cry over their deaths. I'm annoyed. I feel ashamed about it. Now, you could say that, hey, it's alright if you didn't cry in the movie. I don't care. I wish I cried over their deaths because it was upsetting either way. And Iron Man's death would have probably been one of the things I could have been spoiled on. Yeah. Oh my god, I just realized this. I practically have an Avengers Endgame pop. And it's this guy. This was basically one of my first ever Funko Pops I got in 2019. And oh wow, this guy is the one that started it all. This dude is the one that started my addiction for Funko Pops. But yeah, this is pretty much the only Funko Pop I got, which is Ant-Man, and he's all a bit old, and like you could see that he's not looking too good. I mean, he's still fine, still in one piece, just don't have the box anymore, but like, yeah, this is basically the only thing I got Endgame. Like, oh my god, I'm now just realizing that this is the only thing I got Endgame related, since he's in his quantum suit. Just, damn it! I definitely should collect every single Funko Pop of Avengers Endgame, but for the Infinity War, I'm a bit hesitant about it. As I just looked up the Funko Pops for Infinity War, and it's kind of feeling a bit underwhelming. But hey, I'm gonna try to collect the Infinity War Pops, just pick out which ones I am not interested in. As for Endgame, well, I'll have to check what pops they are for Endgame. Also, everyone was theorizing that this movie would have to do with time travel, and everyone was just doubting it was not going to deal with time travel. Well, guess what? The movie tackled time travel as everyone went back in time somehow through the, like, I don't know. Time travel is always so freaking confusing. But so, though, everyone went back in time to collect all 6 Infinity Stones. But back to the death scenes, so I could have probably saw it coming. I don't know. I mean, I know what would happen if you try to get the Soul Stone. You'd have to sacrifice of what would you love and all that. Like, basically, offer up something that you love personally. And just, I probably saw it coming. Maybe that's why I didn't cry. I probably knew that maybe Black Widow was gonna die, as there was no way Clint Barton was gonna have to sacrifice himself, because he'd have his family back. Which, by the way, the opening scene, oh my god, that was heartbreaking to watch. And I was a bit annoyed that Hawkeye was not in Infinity War, and there's this joke going around, and practically a meme, where how the Avengers keep winning. And the reason that the Avengers lost in Infinity War was because they didn't have Hawkeye. Well, he was kinda, there's a reason why Hawkeye and Ant-Man and the Wasp were not in Infinity War, as Ant-Man and the Wasp were just dealing with their own problems, and Hawkeye was under house arrest. Actually, both Ant-Man and Hawkeye were under house arrest. But again, I don't even know where I begin on just, I don't know where I begin, because this movie is just straight up perfection. I freaking love this movie so much. I don't know, I could make a live stream just watching the movie, then talking about my thoughts on, this is how I reacted, and all that, blah, blah, blah. I might as well quote a few lines from the movie. That's America's ass. Don't give me hope. I am inevitable. Shut the front door. And I am Iron Man. I love you 3000. And oh my god, don't even get me started on I love you 3000 bit. Actually, speaking about on one of the quotes I just mentioned would be shut the front door. Funny story, as soon as Hulk said that, I immediately was about to burst out laughing. And what's embarrassing but funny was that I was just having a sip, just watching the movie. But as soon as he said that, I'm just like, you know what, let me just play out the scene.
Shut the front door.
And I'm not going to spit in my own room, but basically that's what happened. I tried holding my laugh. I was about to burst out laughing. I tried holding in the soda in my mouth, but I couldn't handle it, and spit it out a little bit. And then the person in front of me was like, what the oh my god. I was like, sorry. But seriously though, that scene had me burst out laughing. Well, I was laughing a little bit. I just was trying to hold in my drink in my mouth. That was basically a terrible time for me to laugh, as I was just taking a sip. But yeah, like I said, I just don't know where to begin. Besides this movie having memorable quotes, this movie has so much, it's just good. And if I had any nitpicks to say, I guess it would be that, just maybe two things. One, Captain Marvel's barely in this movie. Now, her movie was alright, but I could see why it's not so great. But we shall talk about my thoughts on that once I review that and prep for the Marvels. Whether it'll be around July. No, wait. I'm going to be reviewing Miss Marvel around July. But yeah, Captain Marvel not being in the movie, I was a bit upset about. As for the Hulk, I mean, I liked Smart Hulk, but just... God damn it, Russo brothers. You straight up nerfed the Hulk. I seriously miss the Hulk. When the hell are we gonna get the Hulk back? Hopefully Marvel requires the rights to the Hulk sometime. Maybe next year or something. I don't know, because I need a sequel to The Incredible Hulk. Because everyone is getting freaking trilogies, and Hulk still has one movie besides the 2003 Hulk version. I mean, I like Smart Hulk, but just... I miss the old Hulk. And speaking about the old Hulk, they did not give us a freaking rematch between Thanos and Hulk. He got his ass whooped in Infinity War, and you're just not gonna give us a freaking rematch? What the hell, Russo brothers? But yeah, those are just nitpicks I got. Basically the percentage of nitpicks I have are just, I guess, 10%. 90% is just me praising the hell out of this movie. Okay, maybe I got one more gripe, and that is, I was a bit annoyed and upset that Thor kind of ended up becoming fat, but it's probably going to be no longer a nitpick, as I'm just starting to get over that. Actually, here's something I forgot to mention, and that is the runtime. Avengers Endgame is the longest MCU movie in the entire MCU line. Literally, this is the longest MCU movie that we've gotten, and the second longest MCU movie is probably Eternals, I'm guessing. I don't know. But the runtime, I gotta talk about the runtime. I was shocked that it was going to be 3 hours long, as I'm like, I'm sorry, 3 hours long? I've never watched the movie 3 hours long. Oh, God! What if I need to use the bathroom? I don't want to miss anything! Luckily, I did not need to go to the bathroom. At least, I don't think. I don't know if I went to the bathroom around my first viewing. But as I'm just rewatching this, it kind of flows by. Similar with how Avatar: The Way of Water is also 3 hours long, but it just flown by for me. Like, it's crazy how it just actually flown by with me. I mean, I don't know how everyone thought about this movie being 3 hours long. I mean, we've all come to accept it since we all come out loving this movie. But for me, as I'm just rewatching it, it just felt like it just flown by. Just time had flown by. And this movie's like 3 hours long. But yeah, the movie is long just to give character development and character growth with everybody, since they all just got their asses beat by Thanos in Infinity War, and they're all trying to recover as it's now been 5 years. Guess what? It's 2023, Oh, hey, we're in 2023, which is still blowing my mind that we're in the year where it's like just basically everyone, say we're in the MCU, 5 years ago everyone died, but then came back 5 years later, only it's around October 2023 of when it all took place. And yeah. So yeah, I was surprised just to notice how it just flown by for me, the fact that this movie is 3 hours long. But still, again, as I've said probably who knows how many times, I don't know where to begin, as this movie is just truly a freaking masterpiece. It is perfection. Like, we've had high expectations for this movie, and just damn it, I forgot the phrase that go with it, because we had the same expectations for No Way Home. Like, basically, we had high expectations for No Way Home, and that our expectations were surpassed. Like, that's basically what, like, Endgame and No Way Home got a similar thing, and if I had to pick which movie I prefer, I would go with No Way Home, since I happen to be a massive Spider-Man fan, but I may go with Endgame. Nothing against with No Way Home, but with Endgame, main reasons because I just like to see a movie where every single superhero we've seen come together. Like, just that, I'm just a sucker for superhero team-ups. Hi, sorry to interrupt the video here. Sadly, I am not going to be able to have the chance to have this uploaded on the... Why is the camera shaking like that every time I talk? That's weird. Still though, I'm a bit annoyed that this is going to be uploaded on the 27th instead of the 26th, but hey, at least I posted a TikTok video celebrating it coming out 4 years ago. But still though, so yeah, I stand by what I said. I like superhero movies where we get to see every single superhero team up, but with and this just hit me as I was just editing this video, as it's probably now midnight as of right now, so it's probably April 27th now, but this just hit me as I was editing the video, and that is, Secret Wars is probably going to give me exactly what I want. Not only are we going to get every single superhero from the MCU, but every single superhero from other Marvel movies that, like, at this point, every single non-MCU movie is now going to be canon to the MCU, since the multiverse is now a thing. But still though, who knows if Secret Wars could top Endgame, but anyways, just thought I'd mention this. Anyways, back to the reviews. I mean, Avengers, we had a team up of all 6 Avengers, then we got other superhero movies, but never saw them in the next Avengers movie until Infinity War, as, yeah, it's just basically it's just part 1 of a big, epic finale. Like, just, I might as well just talk about, some memorable moments, like, oh, I don't know, Captain America you know what, I might as well grab the hammer, if I can. Just give me a sec. It's kinda, I'm still gonna try to get a new one, as my friends kinda messed it up, which I'm still pissed about. Hold on a sec. And what am I talking about messed up? This. I'm gonna get a new one, just give this to my little brother, but, that moment where he lifts Mjolnir, I'm sorry, I could have maybe saw a theory about that, I don't know, but I was not expecting this, like, that was freaking awesome, like, oh my god, and it's come back to me. This movie is full of just fan service, just callbacks, references to every single MCU movie we've watched, and of course, just Captain America lifting Mjolnir is a callback to where he was actually about to lift Mjolnir in Age of Ultron, and Thor was like, excuse me? But it was not his time until of Endgame, where this was his time to lift Mjolnir and whoop Thanos' ass. I'm probably swearing too much. Sorry, Dad, if I'm swearing in here. That is if he's watching this video. And obviously, I expected everyone to be coming back and all that, but the way everyone came back, obviously, the portal scene is going to be one of the most iconic scenes in Marvel history, and movie history, and superhero history, and any type of history. Like, just, that was, like, and that would be the scene where I wanted to cheer, but my grandpa was, like, telling me just to cool it down, and I thought it almost ruined the experience for me there, because he was not too happy about me doing that, but I don't know. Like, that scene was just, like, there are just so many good, like, I've already mentioned about my nitpicks, which is like 10%, 90% is just me praising the hell out of this movie, and just, oh my god. And I did mention about Black Widow's death, how I was upset about that. I didn't, like, I basically saw it coming a mile away, but for Iron Man, oh my god. I don't know if I've already said this, but I was probably the biggest spoiler I got spoiled about, whether my classmates were joking about it or were just actually being serious with me and just to get a reaction out of me, which would probably go with them bullying me. I don't know. That scene where he just snaps his fingers, and this is something I just realized. Once you have the Infinity God, you can basically do whatever you like. As soon as you snap your fingers, it'll do whatever you desire. That is something I now just note I had just came to. That's something I had just realized. At first, I was worried if once Iron Man snapped his fingers, it would basically that I don't know. I didn't know how it all worked with the Infinity Stones, but now rewatching this for who knows how many times I've seen this now, yeah, basically if I had the Infinity Gauntlet and I wanted to snap away, I need a good example. Snap away, let's just say trash that is basically infecting the ocean. I'd snap my fingers and the ocean will be clean again. Like, basically, as soon as I snap my fingers, it'll desire whatever I want, but it's not gonna go the way it'll want you to exactly, as Hulk tried to bring back Natasha, but she stayed dead, as everyone else just came back 5 years later from the blip, which annoyed that we now have to call it the blip when it's better just to call it the snap. But just seeing all the bad guys, Thanos' army just snap into dust, and especially seeing Thanos turn to dust, oh my god, that just put me at peace. I just basically got closure after him snapping away half of existence, because this dude had messed me up in Infinity War like 5 years ago. But it was just awesome just seeing him just turn to dust. We didn't even know how Thanos was gonna die. And me seeing that, it reminded me of one video me and my brother watched where it would be Big Chungus versus Thanos, and then as soon as he pulled a reverse card in the video, I'll be sure to put a link in the video, or in the description, and as soon as he pulled a reverse card, Thanos snapped into dust. But we didn't think we'd ever see him turn to dust, and just seeing him turn to dust, like, just, I just, not only do I feel closure, I feel satisfied, like, and for Iron Man's death, oh man, dude, I freaking miss Iron Man. Seriously, I miss Iron Man so bad. It's oh my god, I can't handle it, man. I know we all want Robert Downey Jr. back, and I know he could possibly come back for Secret Wars. I highly doubt it, but I would love to be proven wrong. But just, oh man, just Robbie Downey Jr. is freaking amazing as Iron Man. Everyone was amazing in this movie. Like, just, I don't know where to start. Like, there's just so many good things about Avengers Endgame. It's everything you could have hoped for and more. And just, yeah, just, it was upsetting, definitely, to see Iron Man die. But this was definitely an epic conclusion to the Infinity Saga. Again, I'm kind of speechless. Maybe I'll do a re-review and prep for when the Avengers 5 will be coming out. So I'll probably do a re-review just talking about my thoughts on basically what was so good about the movie. Like, why was this movie so good? But just for right now, I think I'm going to end it off here because, again, I'm kind of speechless. Just kind of... I should have taken notes on which bits to talk about, but... Like, just... This movie... Again, I'm just speechless. This movie is just... Again, it is everything we could have wished for, hoped for, wanted for, and more as a Marvel fan. And if I had to give it a rating, it's gonna be an Infinity out of 10. I mean, obviously it'll be a 10 out of 10, but since this is part 2 of the Infinity War, I'm just gonna give it an Infinity out of 10. Like, this movie is just perfection, man. Like, yeah, I'll probably do a re-review another time. It won't be next year. It'll definitely be around when Avengers: The Kang Dynasty is coming out. But with that being said, yeah, that's just my thoughts with Avengers Endgame. This is definitely one of my favorite movies from 2019. It's definitely one of the best movies of 2019. I definitely should do a top 10 list sometime. Be sure to let me know your thoughts, comments down below, because this was truly an experience to witness in theaters, and just, oh man, I hope I have this type of I hope I have a similar experience with the Kang Dynasty, like experiencing the Kang Dynasty, just hopping onto the hype train for the Kang Dynasty. Oh, we're in for a treat. It's gonna be a wild ride. Same goes for Secret Wars, which, by the way, the Russo, like, I swear I remember the Russo brothers wanting to direct Secret Wars. They've talked about it. And as of right now, we don't have a director for Secret Wars, so Kevin Feige, if you're watching this, which I highly doubt, but I'd be surprised if you end up seeing this video, have the Russo brothers direct Secret Wars. We already have the director for the Kang Dynasty, who's the director of Shang-Chi, which I'm a bit worried if the Kang Dynasty is going to be a little bit disappointing as Age of Ultron, but with the director from Shang-Chi, that gives me high hopes. But seriously though, we need the Russo brothers back for Secret Wars. If they want to direct Secret Wars, let them direct Secret Wars. They have directed nothing but banger MCU movies. The Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame. But with that being said, those are just my thoughts with Avengers Endgame. Be sure to let me know your thoughts, comments down below. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. And one last thing. I love you 3000, which, again, oh my god, I love that line.